Hey everyone, I know we don't usually start the show out like this, as we have a really bad cold open to welcome you guys to our hijinks. But with this being our first show since the protest started, we figured that we have a responsibility to let you know where we stand. We're not going to make some empty remarks about inequality and systematic racism that a lot of other places are making just to be compliant and just to be perceived to be in the movement. We're here to tell you that people of color, especially our black brothers and sisters, have had enough of being victims of police brutality. When a house is completely deteriorated, you don't try to patch it up. You tear it down and rebuild it. And that's exactly what we have to do with the justice system in this country. We are a mix of people of color as well as white allies on this show. And we're here to tell you that we are here to back you up in the fight and use our platform, no matter how small it is, but still use our platform for the NWO to speak up. We can't come together as a country and move forward until we look back and talk about the racist institutions that have been put in place like grown adults. We can no longer afford to ignore the black elephant in the room. If this statement offends you in any way, I'm sorry, but you're not the audience we want for this show. What I have said shouldn't be political in any way, but unfortunately we live in a time and place where it is. We will not mince our words. This is about police brutality and how the police state targets black and brown people at a disproportionate rate. If you are silent, you are complicit. What has happened to George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and Ahmaud Arbery, and countless other African Americans cannot continue. That is why we are speaking out. All lives can't matter if black lives don't. Welcome everyone to the Nerd World Order podcast. This is Abel, and joining me as always are my co-host and co-conspirator CJ.
Hello.
Andres.
Hey.
With this potato, Barker.
Hello.
And later, Whitney will be joining us. The NWO is where we're trying to take over the world by spreading the weekly pop culture news from across different genres, which include movies, comics, TV shows, or anything that we consider nerd. The Nerd World Order podcast, the greatest poop entertainment since 2017. All right, guys, as you heard in the cold open there, those are our thoughts. I think uniformly on I think I speak for everybody as far as what's been going on and stuff like that. And since this is our first show back, it seems like the world has been engulfed in chaos. We just thought we'd let you guys know kind of how we feel about that and whatnot. So, but we're here to give you guys some distractions about that because I know everybody's stuck to their Twitter feed or their Facebook feed and just seeing everything that's going around. So if we can provide any sort of relief or distraction of what's going on, we hope we can do that for you guys. So this is show 123, and I guess we're going to get right into it because we have an action-packed show. How's everybody doing? It's been about a week and a half.
Good. I've actually been on vacation, so I've been awesome.
You've been on vacation this whole time?
Hell yeah.
How long was that?
Like a week and a half.
Nice.
I haven't been to work in about a week and a half. It's been amazing.
When do you go back to work?
Tomorrow. But,
and Barker, are you guys fully open now?
No. Late June, early July. Tomorrow I'm going down to Oklahoma to do kind of like a training. So I won't be able to do a show, but I'll be there in solidarity.
Okay. And Andres, it's been a while, or were you on the last show?
I was on the last show.
Was he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the last show we did? Or the court, right? Yeah. Okay. Now I remember. It just feels like forever.
it really does. Well, that's because a lot is
I
happening.
wouldn't even know.
It's like a social commentary on like The Hangover,
Wait, can you guys hear me?
Like,
Is my connection?
when did we
Yeah.
last do the show? I don't remember.
I can hear you, Andres.
Yeah.
It's not very good, but Andres couldn't come over because I quarantined myself because we might have been exposed to the coronavirus, so we're not letting anybody in here for 2 weeks, and 2 weeks runs up on the 13th. So
Don't you dare cop on.
what?
I said, don't you dare cop on my mic.
Oh no, it's not your mic.
Yeah, you're using a snowball. How come?
I figured out.
Like a mic?
I figured out a way to make it sound like a cool microphone, so I'm using it for now. See if it works, and if it doesn't, then
Makes you sound like Waylon Jennings.
I wish.
I can't really hear you though. Yell louder.
Can everybody else hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you great. I don't know.
I can hear you.
I can't hear Andres. I'm not Andres' teammate in password.
All right. Yeah. It's not that I can't hear you. You just sound a lot quieter than normal. That's all.
All right. We're going to get right into it. Question of the show last week: is the Snyder Cut a good thing? 75% said yes. 25% said no. Is Judge Altman's verdict correct? 100% said yes. So, you won, CJ, or I won.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm making appeals on that. We're gonna bring that back to court because that's.
It's 100%.
No.
That's pretty unanimous. Or
You know
no,
what's
that is a definition of unanimous.
OJ's trial, and guess what happened?
I mean, he clearly didn't do it. Our justice system said so.
He wrote a book that said that he did.
No, he said if he did. He clearly hasn't done it.
Hey, can we spend 5 minutes talking about how good Uncut Gems was?
Save it.
What is?
Uncut Gems.
Oh.
Save it for your. What are you watching?
Okay. Are you going to cut that out?
No.
You just cut out everything Andres says the entire show.
Yeah. Why is there just?
You only get like 2 minutes out of like a 30-minute show.
Yeah, that'd be fucking funny. Alrighty, if you guys have any comments or concerns or anything like that, or just want to reach out to the show, always find us on our Twitter or Facebook page, NerdWorldOrder1 at Gmail or at NerdWorldOrder1. You can find us there. Andres, before the show, did send me his link in his news for the hottest anime news this weekend.
The Andres Loza Memorial Anime Minute.
Black Clover went from being an underdog to one of the biggest shonen series in Japan. The story continues to impress readers by the day thanks to its colorful characters and story. You can understand why fans are upset. The anime has been all quiet for nearly 2 months now, but they should not get their hopes up for June. After all, the new report has fans thinking Asa will be held up until July at the earliest. So we appreciate it, Andres, for the news.
Wow.
I kind of want to listen to Soundgarden now after the.
To end, or is it going to go on forever?
Does it bother you?
No.
Oh, then forever.
No. Okay.
Does it bother you?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, so this is just you're recording out of a potato is what's going on. Why don't just take it upstairs?
Fine. Take you up.
Okay, well, Andres is doing that. That's a nice little segue to talk about. He mentioned it actually last weekend is what are we reading, what are we watching?
This weekend.
But Henry Cavill is back as Superman somewhat. While there's not a Man of Steel 2 in the works, there is rumors that Henry Cavill is back to reprise his role as Superman in the DC universe. More of a cameo role than anything else. They're saying he's going to play a cameo in Shazam 2 and possibly Aquaman 2. But that is the early rumors, though, because as we'll expand on it here a little bit, rumors are that Warner Brothers and AT&T want a Man of Steel 2 with Dwayne Johnson as the main bad guy on there. So my first question to you guys is, what are you guys' feelings that Henry Cavill is back as Superman?
Awesome. I feel like he's a great Superman, and bringing him back for now, a cameo, maybe he could just be full on, and maybe not destroy what they were doing with Justice League and everything. That maybe, yeah, you can't bring back Ben Affleck and everything, but I mean, you can still keep doing that. So I'm cool with it. Henry Cavill, I feel like, is one of the best Supermans I've seen.
I love Henry Cavill as Superman. He's, I think he was done a great injustice in Justice League. Ironically, all that stuff with them CGI and his mustache and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm glad that he's coming back. What about you, CJ? What say you?
I mean, I love it. I'm more interested though in why is he coming back? Like for not why, but like for what? Are we getting a Justice League 2?
Well, okay, this is where the rumor started. So when Andres saw the link yesterday, last week, they had mentioned that he was going to come back in strictly cameo roles because Man of Steel 2 has not been in the works since I think they canceled the project in like 2013. So he was going to be in cameo roles. So he wasn't going to be the main person in the movie. He was going to be the secondary role in a lot of these movies. But now, that's a good segue, CJ, that they have talked about how since Henry Cavill is as big as he's ever been, with The Witcher, and he was in the Mission Impossible movies, and then with the Snyder Cut gaining momentum, AT&T, who is the parent company of Warner Brothers, they want to make a Man of Steel 2 where he fights Dwayne Johnson or The Rock's Adam, and they think that that's the way they can maximize their money. Now, that is a complete conflict with another rumor that's been circulating for a while that they don't know if it was going to be a Man of Steel 2 or a completely different Superman, but it was going to be directed by J.J. Abrams. That was the rumor. And when they heard that Henry Cavill was coming back, then it was going to be a Man of Steel 2 sequel or a Man of Steel sequel. So it's one of two things, or excuse me, I forgot to mention the movie that they want between The Rock and J.J. Abrams, they want Zack Snyder to direct it. So that's kind of what's conflicting there. So what do you guys want to see? Do you guys want to see a J.J. Abrams Superman with Henry Cavill versus The Rock? Or do you want to see Zack Snyder back? Like, how would you guys play this entire thing? You guys are playing movie executives. What are you guys doing?
I say scrap them all, and let's bring in a good director to direct these movies.
So is that a shot at J.J. Abrams and Zack Snyder?
Yes.
Wow.
Actually, to be fair, it's more of a shot at Warner Brothers. I think if they would have just shut the fuck up, but I was kind of I was listening to some talk about the Snyder Cut, and it's hard to disagree with a couple points that were made. How many times do we have to watch Zack Snyder fuck up a movie before we decide that he sucks at making movies?
I don't think he sucks at making movies.
How many chances do you get? What's the last great movie that he made? 300?
Yeah,
which is like his first movie.
That's kind of blasphemous. That's a little blasphemous.
I thought Man of Steel was a good movie.
It is a good
Man of Steel is a really good movie.
No, I disagree. I disagree with CJ completely.
It's barely a really good movie. I wouldn't say it's a great movie. Why are we letting either? And when's the last time J.J. Abrams made a great movie?
I would say.
Wow.
I would say the first new Star Wars that came out, The Force Awakens. I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hold up. Pump the brakes on this.
Why are you talking over?
This is ridiculous. What you're saying. This is almost blasphemy. Like.
That's fine. Okay, so
no. So you're putting the analogy like, oh, Jordan had a shitty game, in '98. He only scored 35 points. That's still fucking a great. All of Zack Snyder and J.J. Abrams' worst movies were way better than some of other people's greatest movies.
That's not true at all. I wouldn't worry about Jordan's whatever game. Okay, when. Jordan, he's had plenty of great games. Zack Snyder's had one great movie that I can think of, and I can't even think of a great J.J. Abrams movie.
Dawn of the Dead was pretty good.
What was?
Dawn of the Dead.
Oh, okay, I never saw it. It might be.
Wait, what about 300? What about 300?
300 was good. Watchmen was good. I thought those three movies were solidly good.
I'm not too high on Watchmen. I've seen it. I didn't think it was that good. But I am in favor of kind of letting someone else have a go at it, to be honest with you.
Sucker Punch?
Bring back the cast.
Probably his worst movie, and it's still a pretty good movie.
We can debate the merits of those projects all we want, but you can't point at the DC universe, and you have to cherry pick things out of it. You can't. No one can look at that and say it was a success. In terms of expectations, no one's making that argument. Not even the Warner Brothers isn't even making that argument. So why
Both
not
of them.
let someone
Both of the
else take
Warner
reins?
Brothers.
Huh?
Both of the Warner Brothers.
Yeah, exactly. So why not? Why not? Kind of just drop it all and let someone else have a go. I've kind of been in favor of that, to be honest with you.
All right. Before I rebuttal back to that, Andres, while you were going back upstairs, what do you think? You broke the news last week. What are your overall thoughts on Henry Cavill being back in, and what would you do?
Oh, I love it. Dude, I was sad when I heard that he wasn't going to do it anymore, or he was going to take like a lesser role with the DCEU. But dude, Henry Cavill is probably the best Superman we've seen on screen. And I know a lot of people are going to be pissed about those older movies. But
Because you're 12.
yeah, but I'd say where I'd take it, honestly, just give it all to Zack Snyder. I believe in Zack Snyder, man. He's a good director to me, and I feel like Warner Brothers kind of did him dirty, and I feel like this is just repay it to him and just have him have full control of the DC universe.
One of the rare times I agree with Andres.
I actually forgot that the original question was about Henry Cavill.
Yeah. But my rebuttal to CJ though is there's too much money to be lost if they just give it to somebody else. They signed J.J. Abrams and Bad Robot to like almost $1 billion contract or whatever the fuck it was, something ridiculous like that. And he's already going to do that Justice League Dark. He's the showrunner, so it makes sense. I mean, he revitalized Star Wars. He revitalized Star Trek. He knows how to kind of put life back into franchises, and I wouldn't mind seeing a J.J. Abrams Superman. I think that's exciting. My vote, honestly, it all depends on how the Snyder cut of Justice League goes. If it's a fantastic movie where like everybody's on board and it corrected everything, I think you give it to Zack Snyder. But if it's kind of more of the same and it's whatever, then I think you give it to J.J. Abrams because he knows how to reinvigorate franchises.
Okay, how many mediocre movies do we have to see before we decide? Like, what's the line? 10 mediocre movies a piece?
That's enough.
15?
Tell him, Andres. What mediocre movies are you talking about?
Every one you just said.
All right, one at a time.
Any of those.
Go CJ first. What?
You didn't say a great movie in any of those. None of the Star Treks were great. They were pretty good.
The first one was really good.
The first one was really, really good.
Really good, not great. And I want the DC universe to be great. He hasn't proven that he can be great. The only time is 300, and that was okay. Great movie. I totally admit it. I fucking love that movie. That's it. That's all he's got, man. That's the only. I want rings. He doesn't got them. Sorry.
No, CJ, put away your box of tomatoes. Like, not about
he's like he makes the playoffs every year, but championships. Let's go. What the fuck?
All right. Okay, we got to move on. So, if you're not picking any one of those directors, who are you picking then, CJ?
Who would I pick as my director?
Yeah.
Fuck. Let me think about it.
Okay.
There's two.
All right, Barker. Any last parting thoughts? What are you thinking?
Let Zack Snyder do his thing, and if it fails, bring in the Russo brothers because they can do no wrong.
I mean, they're out of the Marvel contract, so they might as well. Why the fuck not?
DJ's gonna pick Tommy Wiseau to do it.
No, I did not. No, I did not hit. I did not hit. Hey, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Wait, who am I gonna pick?
Tommy Wiseau.
Okay, I don't know who that is, but okay.
CJ.
The Room?
From The Room, they made an entire movie of making the movie. No, I did not hit.
That's in the movie.
I did not hit. I didn't hit. Hi, Mark.
That sounds funny, but I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
That movie's on Netflix?
Yeah, the movie's on Netflix. Yeah.
Okay, I'll watch it.
No, you won't.
Hey CJ,
Yeah,
do you love the NWO?
yeah.
Do you like supporting things you love by giving them an amount of money so small that you wouldn't notice or feel leaving your bank account?
Yeah.
Then you'd be perfect to donate to the NWO cause, which will help us create more content and become a better podcast. Is that something you'd like to do?
Yeah.
Then visit us on patreon.com/NoRuledOrder and give us a monthly donation to help us out. Or if you want, give us a one-time donation. please go to our PayPal at nerdworldorder2@gmail.com.
Yeah?
Yeah, and remember, folks, obey the NWO.
Okay, so now we're moving on. This one I missed last time there was news for CJ. I kind of missed out and I struck out, but I think this one is for him for sure. So he did mention that they're making a Borderlands movie and that Eli Roth is actually scheduled to direct it. They cast their first actor. Have you heard who it was, CJ?
No, I haven't.
Do you know who the character Lilith is in Borderlands?
Yes.
Do you know who they cast?
No.
Kate
He
Blanchett.
doesn't even know the character, so how does he know the casting?
No, I don't want to give any spoilers, but that's confusing.
Why?
Okay. I'd have to spoil it to tell you.
Okay, but yeah, they cast Kate Blanchett.
Okay, that's cool. I like Kate Blanchett. She's cool.
Yeah,
Didn't she get in a huge chainsaw accident?
yeah. Well, not huge. She, I guess, she was trimming something and it just nipped the top of her head. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
What?
Mhm.
She cut her head off with a chainsaw?
Yeah, completely off, and she's still gonna play Lilith.
And she's still going to play in the movie?
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Andres, have you?
I think she's perfect for Borderlands. How violent it is. So
Yeah.
It's
Have
fucking
your head
wild.
ripped off.
Andres, have you ever played Borderlands?
No, I'm not a nerd.
Okay. Actually, since I don't have that PS4 anymore, the only thing we have is a Switch, and the Switch games can be, there can be some really good ones like Mario Kart and stuff like that. But as far as role playing games and stuff like that, not great. But they released the entire trilogy of Borderlands on Switch, and I think I'm gonna pull the trigger on it because I really want to play it.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome. On Switch, it'd be kind of weird, but try it. Yeah, dude.
You
they're
can, you
awesome
can put
games.
it. You can put it on the TV screen and make it. You can play it on the your traditional control.
God,
Yeah,
bro,
they're
what the
fucking
hell is
awesome
that?
games.
And they also did that with BioShock.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah.
Those are great games too. The problem with you playing all these games, you have it's gonna take you weeks.
I
I
know.
don't know, per game.
Dude,
it's gonna be a lot.
I'm fucking pissed that they took away the PlayStation when they did because I was so into Spider-Man. You don't even know. Fuck.
That sucks.
Yeah. And Red Dead. I was balls deep in those games, man. And they're like, oh, I need my PlayStation back.
Man, fuck that. Whoever that was that did that
Yeah,
to
bro,
me.
I'll buy you one. I'll buy you a PlayStation. Evan.
It's not that I can't afford it. It's just I don't. I'm waiting for the PS5 because it's going to be backwards.
Yeah.
It's going to be backwards compatible anyway, right off the gate. So might as well.
Yeah, I offered Abel a free PlayStation. He's like, nah.
Yeah, I agree with you. You're doing the right thing. Just wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Oh, well, one thing I forgot to ask. Actually, let's backtrack a little bit. What do you think of the rumor then that they want The Rock and Henry Cavill in the same movie? I think that's pretty cool. I think that's how you maximize both of those actors. I think.
Yeah, I agree. I actually, Hobbs and Shaw kind of changed my tiredness of The Rock, so I'm actually back on board. He was kind of played out there for a little bit. I was right for a while, but Hobbs and Shaw was pretty badass actually.
What about you, Barker? What do you think?
I think it's perfect for Warner Brothers. Bring money and on top of money, on top of money, on top of money. The Rock, even the Jumanji movies, they still made a ton of money because of him. So,
Andres, what do you think?
So he's 100% Black Adam, right?
Yeah, he's for sure. He's getting his own movie and everything too. And the rumors are that he's going to be in Shazam 2. And if these rumors are true, the ones we were just talking about, he's going to be in Man of Steel 2 too.
Dude, why not? I mean, I thought that was the original plan in the beginning was to have was to do that famous storyline, Shazam and Superman versus Black Adam or something like that.
that'd be badass.
That would be badass.
Yeah.
That's one of the earliest animated movies, isn't it, from the DC universe?
What?
Where it's Superman and Shazam team up against Black
Yeah,
Adam.
true.
I don't
Yeah,
know that.
true.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
All right. Well, that's a good segue, maybe. Oh, CJ, do you like the casting of Kate Blanchett as Lilith? Since you're the resident Borderlands expert.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's really good, actually. I wonder. It makes me wonder what the story is because.
Well, I'm sure they're no. I'm sure they're planning on doing a franchise. So whatever happens to that character might not happen in the first movie or whatever.
True.
I mean, I guess I don't know.
Like this, I mean, like she can't die like in Borderlands 1.
Just to answer the question, yeah, she's a badass. That's gonna be she's gonna play it really good. That's really good actually. That might be who I would have cast actually.
All right, cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. You know what? Fuck it. Eli Roth. I'll give DC to Eli Roth. That's all I need. I'm good.
All right.
That's all the. That's all the.
So you can take all the cast from like the Super Mario movie, but along with Eli Roth, you're down.
Fuck it. Yeah. No, I said keep the cast. The cast in the DC universe is great. Borderlands. Huh?
I'm talking about like the cast from Borderlands.
Well, there's only one. Kate Blanchett. She's gonna play all the parts, or what?
No, I'm just saying like if they just do like a shitty cast, as long as it's Eli Roth, you're cool.
Well, so far they're batting 1,000.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I'll agree with you on that.
That's enough evidence for me. give Eli Roth an entire movie billion-dollar franchise. That's fine.
All right. These next ones are rapid. These next news segments are rapid fire. Just to get them out of the way. If you guys have any input, let me know. The Mandalorian season 2 was announced because of the way they shoot the Mandalorian. I don't know if you guys have seen how they kind of use like a projector and this like circular thing where it moves and it's a landscape and they can update the background like within minutes. It's crazy. You guys should check out that documentary on Disney Plus on how they film it. Well, because of this, they were able to actually stay on schedule, even though they of the pandemic and stuff like that. So we are expected to get season 2 in October, which is really good. So obviously the Mummy from 2017 or 2018 bombed like 60% on Rotten Tomatoes. Like it didn't make any of its money. And they were hoping that movie was the flagpole or the tent pole to start the Dark Universe. Well, it bombed. And then they decided that they weren't going to do it anymore. Well, flash forward to 2020, The Invisible Man did a bunch of money on a super low budget. So they're going to bring it back on the more low budget level. And the next movie they're thinking about doing is The Wolfman, starring Ryan Gosling. So I'm all for that. I love all these Universal monsters, and they have yet to do any of them justice since the 1930s, which is saying something. So hopefully that they can do a good movie with Ryan Gosling. Sonic is getting a sequel. There's no talks of when it's coming out. They're still just actually writing it. But Paramount, the movie studio that released it and has the rights to Sonic, did say officially that a Sonic 2 is going to come out within the next couple of years. So that is that. And we can.
I hope the first trailer they release for Sonic is like the first original design.
That would be fucking hilarious, dude. That'd be so funny.
Oh my god! I hope they do that. Just to piss people off.
Yeah.
That'd be the ultimate troll job.
That really would be.
Alrighty.
You saw Sonic like this. Now see him in his original piece in the sequel.
Nobody asked for it.
Real quick, let me run this by you. Have you guys ever heard of Peter Berg? Do you know who that is?
Sounds familiar.
Okay, he directed The Rundown, Friday Night Lights, Hancock, which is a badass movie. A couple others here. I saw a couple. Anyway, Hancock, it's damn near a superhero movie. Let that guy have a try. That's who I would pick.
Okay,
you guys ever seen Hancock?
Yeah, it's all right.
I liked it. But what I'm saying is, give him a chance. Like, give someone else a chance. That's my overall point. Eli Roth, Peter Berg. I'm just throwing out names. But, I don't know. Sorry to interrupt your point, Abel. Good.
No, I was done with rapid news. I know Barker had a piece of news. What do you want to talk about?
So this goes back to a couple episodes back. where we were talking about the pandemic stopping a lot of productions and everything. So Disney Plus put out a release that says that they're actually going to split the Falcon and Winter Soldier and WandaVision into kind of two parts. They have most of the production for the Winter Soldier, or Falcon, Winter Soldier, and WandaVision. So they're going to do a part one, so they actually land on their production date that they said, and then they're going to keep doing it afterwards. So it's going to be a two-parter. With that being said, I win the bet to CJ. So suck it.
Wait, what was the bet?
He said that the Falcon and Winter Soldier weren't going to be on time, and I told him it was. And then you guys tried to argue with me about production and everything but I win. They're going to do it on the date that they specified. So
we didn't bet. I was just calling you an idiot.
Well, look who's stupid now.
You're still stupid.
I mean, I am, but you have to join me now. So.
There's enough room, CJ. It's fine.
Yeah.
Before we get into the first part of the main event, we do have some Florida news because no matter what happens in the world, Florida's still crazy. A 21-year-old naked man broke into a South Florida high school and spent almost 24 hours vandalizing the building.
Wow. Do you think maybe the rest of the nation just caught the Florida?
I think so. Like, we were dealing with coronavirus, but now we're dealing with the Florida virus.
Yeah. I think America should just be called, like, Florida Part 2.
I feel like, so right before he, like, broke into the school, he's like, all right, I'm going to do this. I should be naked, because if you're going to Florida, you go in full Florida,
Do you think we should just call it 2020 instead of calling it 2020, just call it Florida? Like the year? 2019
Florida, 2021. Yeah.
Yeah. Can we do that?
Congratulations to the class of Florida.
That'd be so fun. Who's in charge of that? Do that.
Who's in charge of the calendar? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah. Can we get some sort of committee or what do we have to do? Elect a mayor?
One of the best things is just like there was a meme out there. It's just like the other 49 states like does something like normal, and then it's like Florida is from Black Panther from Endgame. He's like, we don't do that here.
We just make that Prop 69 and we all vote on it.
69, nice.
Is that cool?
Yes. Alrighty. The first part of the main event is we are back on our bullshit as far as the animated movie universe goes. Because last week we took a week off because it was a longer segment. But because Justice League Apocalypse War came out a couple weeks ago, CJ and I thought a while back that it'd be a good idea to run through all the DC animated movies. We kind of flaked out. Yeah, and so far it is, and we kind of flaked out a little bit. But now we are going through all the movies one at a time, and this week it is Justice League versus Teen Titans. Let's see. This is the first.
Real quick, is Andres alive?
Andres.
Yeah, I'm here.
So no, then.
Right here. Right here.
Okay.
You guys never gave me a chance to talk that sort.
Well, because you're talking out of an asshole right now. Looks like you're in a cave.
Does that sound better? I thought it sounded better.
Use lube. Stretch it out.
A little bit better, but not great.
Hey, Andres, a couple episodes ago, I was in your same position, so don't worry about it.
My mom's Wi-Fi so bad. Ah!
Yeah.
Mom, fix the Wi-Fi.
Mom,
That's cool. We don't have to do this again in like 3 days. It's fine.
Mom, the chili.
That's funny.
Alrighty. So this is the first non-Batman story in a while. I think we had 3 back-to-back Batman stories. This is kind of a more Justice League-centric story. This is the first time that I've actually seen this movie. I know I've seen most of these animated movies, but this is the first time I saw Justice League. So that was a nice change of pace. Have you guys seen this before?
No, this is my first time as well.
I've seen it.
Barker?
No, this is my first time seeing it too.
All right. So yeah, and this is the first appearance of the Teen Titans in the DCAMU, the New 52 Titans. This is directed by Sam Liu. This is his first movie so far in the universe. It is based on an original, brand new story. There wasn't a story that they adapted off of this, so that's pretty cool. Its initial release was March 29th, 2016, digitally, and then on physical copy on April 12th. Release order, it is the 7th movie out of 15, so we're about to hit the halfway mark. Starring the same people, Jason O'Mara as Bruce Wayne Batman, Jerry O'Connell as Superman Kal-El, Rosario Dawson as Wonder Woman, let's see, Shamir Moore, Victor Stone, John Barenthal is in this actually. He's Trigon. That's pretty fucking dope.
Who?
John
Yeah.
Bernthal?
The four universes.
Oh.
The Punisher? No?
Yeah, the
Right?
Punisher.
Punisher.
This movie did do all right in the home release box office, if that's what you want to call it. $4.5 million, which ranks it 8th out of 15, so about halfway. So CJ, give us a quick synopsis on Justice League versus Teen Titans.
Go fuck yourself if you haven't seen the movie. You son of a bitch.
Oh shit! It's been like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay. Actually, okay. Right off the bat, Superman has an annoyingly long and ridiculous fight. It's the most ridiculous fucking Lex Luthor suit I've ever seen in my life. So let's start there. And then Damian pisses off his dad, of course. And doesn't he? I think he does. I'm pretty sure he does. And then they figure out that shadows are attacking stuff. That's not cool. And then they go to the circus, I think. And they have a dance-off. And Robin gets really mad. And they figure out that Raven's all weird. And she has, like, no parents, but then she has, like, 2 dads or something. And then some other stuff happens, and hijinks ensue.
Nice. So what are your guys' overall feelings and thoughts on Justice League versus Teen Titans?
I'm actually kind of having a difficult time with this movie because I don't really like it, but I can't really figure out why.
I actually have the same beefs with it. I'm probably, spoilering it, but it's my least favorite. Like, it's my last on my list right now, so.
I can't. Can you think of I can't make a decent argument as to exactly. I can't quite put my finger on it. I think maybe you kind of alluded to part of it. It doesn't feel. It feels kind of shallow to me, and I wonder. I didn't know that this was their first original thing. I wonder if that's why. Like, they didn't have a comic to fall back on,
Yeah, maybe.
And it just. Some of the storytelling just feels kind of empty to me. Like, it moves from scene to scene more than it's like a linear movie. Like, it just feels like a bunch of scenes. Does that make sense? Like, they made a movie less than they made like 10 scenes that they put through together, and kind of like, I don't know, they don't flow very well for me. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
All right, let's jump to Andres. What do you think? Andres?
Damn, he must have hated the movie if he has nothing to say.
Barker, let's go to you then.
I really like this movie, but after CJ just said that right now, I'm jumping on the CJ Altman bandwagon. Like,
yeah, same.
I don't like this movie, but I don't know why. It was a movie, but there's just something wrong with it, and I knew that we had to dissect it, and so on my things I hated, I couldn't put anything. But then on my things I liked, is really hard for me to put those pros. And I don't know, like it wasn't a shit show of a movie, but it's nothing that I'm gonna be like, hey, you need to watch this. And maybe he is right. Maybe it's one of their first original movies and everything. So maybe just kind of the initial prospect of it, and then it gets better down the road. We don't know. Well, we're not supposed to know. We kind of know, but
Yeah.
for this section of this, we don't know any of the movies that come up after it. So.
Andres, are you there yet?
Yeah.
What do you
I'm
think?
here. I don't think this might be a little trouble because I keep cutting out.
Okay, so keep going.
But I mean, I agree too with Mosey as it's not my favorite movie ever. I mean, there's way better ones that I've seen. But I just thought it was funny because this movie, it says Justice League versus Titans, but it's like 2 minutes of that maybe in that movie.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I was like, well, I mean, that's kind of funny, but I don't know. I just kind of don't really like Raven in this movie. I know she's like kind of centered around it, but I just kind of don't like that about. I don't know. It's weird. It's just not my favorite movie that I've seen.
Agreed. But let's see. I is there anything that pops to mind that you guys did like about the movie? CJ, you want to start?
Not really. Actually, a bunch of things annoyed me. But something I'd like, no, not really. Honestly, no. No, I can't think of one single thing I liked about this movie.
I did like that it had a quick start. Like they had that very the opening battle. I thought that was pretty cool. I like that they used like D-level villains like Weather Wizard and Toy Master and stuff like that. This movie to me feels like it should have fit in between Batman and Robin, or Batman versus Robin, and what was the third one?
Bad Blood.
Bad Blood, because just how Damien is characterized, I feel like he got over the way he was after Bad Blood, because I didn't feel he was such a big bitch after that movie. But then he comes back in this movie and he's like, you can't tell me what to do. I'm the rightful whatever, and I'm like, it's a one note thing.
It's kind of a weird character arc.
Yeah. So this movie feels like it should have gone between the two Batman movies, but it's fine. It's whatever. I did like that they had some like nonsensical teen pop music when they were at the carnival and they were just like dancing. I thought that
was actually
funny.
the one thing I was thinking about that I could say. Even though they felt like kind of misplaced, like they're kind of like that guy on stage who's trying to talk about drugs and he turns the chair around backwards.
Yeah.
That's what those songs,
yeah.
That's what those songs felt like. Yeah.
Let me rap with you, kid.
Yeah, that's what those songs felt like, but they were actually good songs. So but other than that.
So you got the tension.
Yeah, exactly.
Andres, is there anything you could think of that sticks out to you in this movie at all, whether good or bad?
I really liked Jaime Reyes. I never realized how good his symbiote suit was until like that movie, and I never realized how like not all of it like it just like has a mind of its own. I never realized that until now.
I think I'll make it out during post, but I did not hear a single thing you said.
Oh, did you? Damn it.
About Jaime Reyes and his symbiote suit, kind of.
I thought that was pretty cool, actually. I did like that.
Yeah, like he doesn't have much control over it, which I liked a lot. And I never realized it was like that. I just thought he just had like the symbiote on him, but I had no idea how like it might have its own.
What cracked me up is that the only thing that we know for sure about Damien is that he's into demon pussy, and I don't even know if I could say that because they're Teen Titans. So I just thought it was funny. I will say that watching this did make me more interested in Titan season 2. So I'm going to start watching it.
Yeah, I probably will. Can we talk about things we didn't like?
Yeah, go for it, CJ.
Wait, hold on, I didn't even get my part.
Oh yeah, go Barker.
Okay. One of the things I liked is, even though it says Justice League versus Teen Titans, there was a very good relationship with more of the Teen Titans. You're trying to build them up into that secondary team. It's not just Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman just, comes in and saves the day and everything. I like that. I did like I like the music. I don't know if you guys can hate on it and everything, but like it kind of brought another aspect to the movie and everything. Especially like that Dance Dance Revolution theme that they were doing. I thought that was really cool. Yeah, and on top of that, I liked the character development of Damian, Jaime Reyes, and Raven. I thought that was really cool. Although I really wanted them to kind of focus on Garth too, but I mean that's for later movies.
The music is not. It's not that it's bad. It's just funny because it's like this is like an old person's idea of like what teenagers listen to. Like it's just really funny.
Right.
Like
Okay, I'll give you that.
I do like the fact that they do hint that Cyborg should be a Teen Titan and not a Justice League member, which is fucking cool because I like Cyborg better as a Teen Titan, to be honest with you. So
yeah, me too. I agree with you.
I felt like that part was really like meta joke.
yeah.
So.
What were you saying on this?
Isn't Cyborg like really old though to be a Teen Titan?
Not really. He was like in high school when all that happened.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Something seems to be missing from both teams. Like I get it, but like seeing 10 Justice League members versus 10 Teen Titans would have been dope, even if it was only for 2 minutes. Because it was like 3-on-3. It's like it's not really Teen Titans.
You probably need another movie to build towards that, though.
Yeah. It was a bad title. They should have named it something else, but it really wasn't Justice League versus Teen Titans.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not supposed to say it because we don't know the movies, but there's more Teen Titans that come along. But I agree with you. It's just there should have been like an equal amount, or at least like more Teen Titans against the Justice League. So
that actually always annoys me. Like Justice League or like Batman versus Superman: Dawn of Justice. It's not really Batman versus. I mean, it is, but that's not the main story, really. And like they always do that in comics, or like Batman versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's not really.
It's not versus. Yeah.
That's always annoyed me, to be honest.
But that's how you sell,
Yeah, but that's annoying.
All right. Let's see. Anything else that sticks out to this movie? I mean, we can skip it because it seems like 3 out of the 4 of us are kind of just like meh.
Yeah, I was annoyed right from the very get-go. They made Superman suck in this movie. That's why.
Yeah, I didn't like Superman. I don't like as we move on it gets better, but I didn't like Jerry O'Connell as Superman very much. I didn't think it was very good.
Oh, I didn't. The voice was fine. I don't care.
I had an issue with the voice,
but the way they portrayed him, they made him like a bitch. Like dude, you and me could have fought that Lex Luger.
The wrestler Lex Luger.
No, you can't beat Lex Luger. That guy is a fucking animal.
Probably, yeah. Well, steroids will do that.
Have you seen him lately, though? Poor guy.
What?
Have you seen him lately? That guy's like falling apart.
Oh, yeah, dude.
That's not surprising. When you like dump out of your HGHOs and with your milk and eat it every morning for breakfast, yeah, it's gonna happen. Anyway, that portrayal of Lex Luthor was fucking awful. I think that was Lex Luthor. It's fucking awful. And Superman should have been. That took him like 30 minutes or something. Dude, that should have been over in like 4. That set the tone for the movie actually for me. I was just really annoyed at that, like immediately. And then I felt really bad for Dick Grayson when he didn't have cyber sex. I was like, oh
yeah. Have you noticed that? Like that's an underlying thing in all these movies when they have Dick is that he's supposed to be getting laid, but he never does.
It sucks, man. I feel bad for him. Like, dude, just let him get laid. Oh, whatever. Anyway.
Let him get some Cameranian pussy. I mean,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And
what's with Dick Grayson not getting laid?
I hope it hopefully we get the payoff in this movie, like it's like a post credits. They just fucking, they're just getting it. Oh my god, that'd be so awesome. I hope that's happening.
Yeah.
Anyway, like
the best is that joke when they're training. It's just like, God damn it. Like,
what's this last movie called? The one that we're building to?
Apocalypse War.
Yeah, the post credit on that needs to be
Him finally getting
Dick
some.
Grayson. Hell yeah, that'd be so funny.
Dick finally laying some dick or what?
Hell yeah.
Just throwing his batarangs all over.
Okay, so whenever I see like a superhero movie or whatever, one big thing with me is I want to see the power set. Like, I want to see what everyone's capable of, and that's actually one of the reasons I really loved Venom. I think that Venom did a better job of that than most other movies. So they had that whole scene with all the police officers.
Yeah.
He just ran through that whole entire warehouse full of dudes. And the Batman warehouse scene is obviously great for that too. There was nothing like that for any of the Teen Titans. Like, I don't know how strong Starfire is. I don't know really how strong Raven is. And it annoyed me that the entire movie, all she had to do was say like 10 words, and it was over. And she could have done that at any fucking time. That makes it worse. Yeah. It annoyed me that was the answer to all the problems. Like, just say these like 3 words and he goes in this rock.
Well, no, because she didn't have complete control over powers.
Yeah, fuck all that. It was annoying.
She wasn't at her final form.
Nah,
So Andres is in this conversation, she wasn't, Super Saiyan level, she was still Saiyan.
I was annoyed. I'm still annoyed.
Well, you always are.
Alrighty,
Yeah, so.
let's get out of here. So, me and CJ don't have to run down the list because I think it's safe to say that it's our number 7 out of 7. Correct, CJ?
No.
Oh wow. Okay. All right. Well, I guess
It's number 5 for me, actually.
Okay. Well, then I'll do mine real quick. Number 7 is Justice League versus Teen Titans. Number 6 is Throne of Atlantis. Number 5, Bad Blood. Number 4, Flashpoint. Number 3, Son of Batman. Number 2, War. And 1, Batman versus Robin.
1 and 2. Sorry. Go ahead, Dustin, if you want.
Oh, I thought. No, go ahead, CJ.
Okay, starting from 7 to 1, Flashpoint, Throne of Atlantis, Teen Titans Justice League versus Teen Titans, Bad Blood, whichever guy my opinion on, it's okay, whatever. Then Son of Batman. This is where it starts getting good. Son of Batman, Batman versus Robin, and War. Those 3 movies are all excellent.
Barker?
I'm not going to run through the whole list. Mine stays the same. Throne of Atlantis is my worst, and then Flashpoint, and then I'll put Teen Titans at 5, and then everything else afterwards.
Perfect. Okay. Andres, do you have a list or does it matter?
I don't have a list right now, but I'll probably later when we get done with the universe. But I'd say this is probably at the bottom of my list, and kind of crazy that CJ has Flashpoint last, but that's fine. Yeah, I mean, I'll give you a list here later on.
Samurai Sword.
Samurai Sword. Okay. All right. We have Whitney's officially.
I need to trademark that.
You
I can
should.
make it like.
You gonna trademark the phrase Samurai Sword? Okay.
Well, kind of like Leroy Jenkins.
Testing.
You're in. We hear you.
Okay.
Okay. So that's Whitney. It's Whitney. We are officially getting ready.
Not right now because can't see him.
We are getting officially ready to start the NWO password game. And let me. Okay. So, as some of you guys know, we are struggling for content because there's Wonder Woman was supposed to come out this weekend, but it didn't. I just got a nipple flashed at me.
I didn't know. I'm just testing you.
I was seeing if Whitney could see us.
Huh?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know what Theo was doing, so.
I'm
All right.
testing you.
Where are my notes? Okay.
Testing.
Here we go. So I am your host, Abel Loza, welcoming you to NWO Password. On today's teams, we have Whitney.
Hello.
We have Andres.
Yeah.
We have CJ. And we have Barker.
I am a Libra, 33 years old. I like nice walks on the beach, great coffee, iced, and I'm looking for a brunette.
Okay, the crowd noise was underrated. Good job, Mondays. That was awesome.
I'll probably put some crowd noise in post-production, see how that goes.
Andres handled it pretty well. That was pretty funny.
I did.
Okay, so do you guys want to team up, or do you want me to pick teams for you? Randomize.
It was whatever.
Randomizer.
Okay, I have an app right here.
I quit if I'm Andres' partner.
So I'm typing in Whitney, Andres, Barker, CJ. All right, here we go. Enter.
Fingers crossed. Give me Whitney. No whammies.
We have Barker and Whitney on the same team.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
And then we have CJ and Andres.
Come on, Whitney. Fist bump. There you
Okay.
go.
Boom.
So how everybody knows this works, right? Everybody saw the video?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to introduce this to our listeners. We're going to have two teams. Obviously, I just named them off. So it's CJ and Andres versus Barker and Whitney. And what we're going to do is they're each going to give their partner a one-word clue to try to figure out the password. And all these words are nerd-related in some way or another. So they each have 10 seconds to try to figure out the clue. So if the word is, I'm just looking around my room, if the word is freeze, we can go Mr., and then he tries to figure it out, so on and so forth. So for each miss, it would be, or we start off at 10 points. So if you can get it on the first try, it's 10 points. And then we decrease by points every time. So if we miss it on the first try, the second team gets it 9 points. Then it's an 8-point try, and then a 7-point try, and so on and so forth. The first team to 40 points wins. So that way we can have a pretty interesting show. Let's see. We will alternate partners, and the way I'm going to give you guys the password is through your Facebook. So are you guys able to access it while we're talking?
Yep, I just loaded mine up.
Sir, yes, sir.
CJ?
Yes.
Barker?
Yeah.
The password is Thanos.
All right, Barker, the password is Titan.
Team.
9 points. CJ?
Purple. Andres, purple.
The Joker.
8 points.
Okay, Barker, the next password is Stones.
Infinity.
7 points.
Mad.
Man. I don't know.
4 seconds. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I don't.
All right. 6 points.
Villain.
Thanos.
There it is.
Hold on. This is already controversial.
Why?
Why?
I thought in password they're not allowed to use proper names or proper nouns.
No, they're not allowed to use name. Yeah, well, proper noun. Who's used a
Yeah,
proper
which
noun?
is the name. Yeah.
What did
used the
Whitney
name?
use?
I said
Huh?
villain.
No. The whole thing was Thanos. The
Oh,
proper noun.
Oh, no, the clues can't be given as proper nouns.
I guess.
So you can't say somebody's name.
all right.
CJ already thinks he's trying to win while cheating. You know, that's what CJ does.
It's not. I'm following the rules.
No, you're not, apparently. If Betty White can get it, you can get it.
Betty White can do all the things.
Betty White can always get it.
By the way, yeah, I think we can all agree that Betty White can always get it. Okay, I am going to
That's a
message.
full question right there.
I'm going to message
Everyone else in
Barker.
that video has been dead for 40 years.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Okay, so now
She can do no wrong. Betty White.
Barker and Andres, you get the password now. That wait up.
Wait, you sending it through Messenger, right?
Yeah.
He's like, Abel, what is this message? It says,
This is just a massive porn. That's a lot of porn.
That's a lot of porn.
That's the human centipede of gay porn. What's going on? All right,
it's just a human centipede.
Andres.
That's the
Okay,
problem.
you go first. Password is anime.
Japan.
Japan.
Japan? You think Japan?
Yeah.
He said Japan. 10 seconds.
Anime.
10 points.
Nice.
Of course,
Andreas gets that.
Andreas literally could have said my name and be like anime.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Now,
Real good job on this.
Let's go, baby. I'm pumped. Woo.
Calm down there.
That was probably the best clue you could have given, honestly.
No.
Well, it worked, obviously.
What do you mean, no? That anime came from Japan. What do you mean, no?
True anime nerds know the only.
exactly. You have to say
anime
Japan.
from
Yep.
Well, Andres would definitely know that. He's got his own segment, so.
I know, right? There's a perfect win there. It's perfect.
Yeah. I call that cheating. Not the last one. This one was cheating.
Can you hear me good, Abel? Can you hear me good? Or am I?
Yeah, I can hear you better. The password is thing.
First clue is swamp.
Thing.
10 points.
Don't say bullshit, Andres. You got the easiest one ever. With your bitch ass.
Hey. I'm
All right.
Sammy's look your ass, fucker.
Oh, okay.
Andres, go first.
Um,
The password is Tatooine.
Jedi.
Force.
No. 9 points.
Uncle Owen.
That's 2 words.
That is 2 words. Disqualified. 8 points.
Go again, Andres.
Planet.
Planet.
Yeah.
Three seconds. Time. Parker.
Peru.
5 seconds.
True.
6 points, Andres.
Oh shit. Rogues.
Remote.
No, rogues.
Oh, rogue. Oh.
Yeah.
Five seconds. 1.
One.
Points.
Damn. That was hard, Abel. That was hard.
Parker,
Okay.
you're up.
This is one word, though. Skywalker.
Oh, I know. I'm trying. I know what it is, but I can't think of the word. Oh God, it's Kashyyyk. I can't.
Okay.
Bad with Star Wars.
Andres.
Okay.
No, this is a hard one.
This is a very hard one. Uh, Outer Rim.
That's
That's
two
two words.
Ah, shit. Rim job.
Okay. All right, Barker.
Barker, you're up.
Oh, yeah, whatever. Go. Ah, fuck.
Kenobi.
5 seconds.
I said master. Okay.
2 points. Andres.
Luke.
Midichlorians.
1 point. Barker.
Planet.
Alderaan.
No.
Old
The
one.
answer, the password was Tatooine.
That's the one I couldn't remember. I'm like, Alderaan's not the planet that they're on, but I knew you wanted the planet that they were on since guess 9, but I couldn't remember the stupid name of the planet.
TJ, did I
Uncle
do
Owen
good?
and Aunt Beru.
Oh, that's it. Tatooine. Oh.
Did I do good, TJ? TJ, did I do good?
Huh?
Did I do good?
No, you did horribly, Andres.
Although I think it's funny, both of you doubled up on a password. Both of you said planet, and both of you said Luke.
No, I said Skywalker.
Oh, no, you said
I never said Luke. Yeah.
Nope. Okay.
But planet, yeah.
Yeah.
But we've been the rules because we're the New World Order.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Oh, is this an anime?
Okay.
The password is Baxter.
No. All right. Fantastic.
4.
Headquarters.
Baxter Building.
Points.
I didn't know that.
I couldn't remember that, but I was going to go with like Baxter High and like a few other things that just lead to Baxter.
I was
They need it.
confused. Like, I thought he misspelled something or something. I was like, what the fuck?
How do you misspell that? Like, how's that?
Hey,
Never
what was
mind.
the word again?
It was Baxter, the Baxter Building.
Baxter Building.
Backstreet Boys?
You know what that is?
The headquarters of the Fantastic Four.
Yeah. You guys set it up. I was like, okay, it's just Fantastic Four.
Yeah, when
Headquarters.
CJ said Fantastic, I was like, maybe it's Fantastic Beasts. But
Right.
yeah, when you said headquarters, I'm like, yeah. Well,
All right, after 4 rounds, the score is 24-10. Barker and Whitney, so they are more than halfway there. Okay, since CJ and Andres are still down, I gave Barker and Andres the password, so we'll start with Andres. Go. The password is Joker.
All right, CJ, if you don't get this, very disappointed. Clown.
Joker.
Well, that was easy.
that was easy.
All right, let's see. Okay. You motherfuckers talking shit.
I was
You
very
We
tempted.
get him fast.
We back in this bitch?
Yeah, because they gave you a layup. Calm down.
Yeah. Shut up, Barker. I don't want to hear it.
2 of them, actually. 2 layups.
Calm down with your Wolfman sounding ass over there.
Shit. Okay.
Okay, since you guys got it last time, Barker and Whitney, you guys are up. The password is Milner.
Yep.
Okay, you guys are up. Go.
Oh, it's my turn?
Yep.
Warhammer.
Thor.
9 points.
Name.
What was it?
Name.
Name. Okay.
2
I
seconds.
don't know. Stormbreaker. I don't know.
8 points. When
Okay,
you're
my
ready.
turn?
Yep.
Weapon.
Mjorn.
That's 8 points.
There it is.
That's Molnir.
It's the same thing.
He said Dustin thinks memes are called men's. You know that? So awesome. I don't really laugh so hard.
Maymays. They're called Maymays.
Maymays.
I'm sorry, Dustin. I had to do that to you.
He says when I see his nipple.
God, all the white man nipple.
Like CJ just like I love how like everybody else is dressed and CJ like all our shows he's like half naked. No.
You're very lucky I'm not just in a robe and underwear right now. I'm just saying. It's a lazy Sunday.
That sufficiently represents the amount of fucks I give.
This is true.
I think that's how you spell it.
Shit.
Oh, here we go. Okay, I got it. No, I got the right spelling. Okay, it's Andres and Barker, right?
Yeah. Who's on Windows 95?
Who's got the ding?
That was me.
Okay, since CJ and Andres are down, Andres, you're first. Let me get the timer ready whenever you're ready.
All right. This is another one, CJ. Superman. Oh, is that one word?
No, it's
No, but that's a proper name. That's a proper name.
Okay. That's
So
fine.
the thing out.
Yeah, give it to the other team. 9.
Weakness.
Kryptonite.
Fish.
Thank you, Andres.
That's game 41. So Whitney and Barker won 41-20. You guys kind of got routed there.
Routed. You know, hey guys, if you want to press charges for the murder we just did to you guys, I'll accept charges. You know.
About to murder your face.
Alrighty, so the question of the show that we have is, are you happy to see Henry Cavill back as Superman? That was a lot of fun, actually. Before I get into that was a lot of fun. We should do that again soon. Next week's show is actually, I don't know yet. I know I said something, but I'm gonna see what else we can talk about. So, what are you guys' recommendations that you guys are reading, watching, listening to that you want to recommend? Whitney, you go first.
Oh, I just had it. I ended up doing my taxes while watching Beastars. I don't know if you guys know that anime. It's on Netflix.
Andres?
It's fucked up, and it is basically furry porn.
It's on Netflix?
Yes, it's basically furry erotica.
Huh.
It's basically like if Zootopia had actual maiming of the animals when the carnivores went after them, and also were fucking each other.
Huh.
Jesus.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's fucked up. The way I actually put a thing, there's a great way to describe it is, do the carnivores want to fuck the rabbit or eat the rabbit? And the answer is first one, then the other.
Jesus Christ. Fuck.
Okay. Now, off that note.
After this recording, I'm going to church.
All right, Barker, what about you? What are you watching, reading, listening to?
I'm gonna keep on this, and if our student athletes don't like me saying it, then tough. Harley Quinn. Good Lord. This last episode was the funniest. I laughed so hard, so loud. And Abel will agree to the cancer gun scene. Good Lord,
the cancer gun was fucking I
had to rewind it 5 times. And Commissioner Gordon, who as Chris Maloney, he's from Law and Order SVU. He's a great Commissioner Gordon. It's hilarious. Batman is in it. Jim Rash. A lot of people are in it. Good Lord, if you're not watching Harley Quinn, what the fuck are you doing? It's just hilarious. Hilarious.
I love Harley Quinn because there's a scene in every episode where you have to rewind it. Every episode. All right, CJ.
I'm going to recommend 2 things. The first one is just awesome. The movie Extraction on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
fucking awesome.
I've heard nothing but like good things about the actions and the scenes.
Yeah, the movie's badass. It's like if John Wick was made by Michael Bay, but everyone loves Michael Bay, like in
Oh,
an
they do?
alternate universe.
I didn't.
Yeah,
I didn't
an
get
alternate
that
universe.
Yeah, I didn't get that update. So
That would be fucking like okay. This movie's awesome. It's awesome. Just watch it. It's fucking awesome.
Oh my god.
All right.
And then
Oh no, yeah, two things. Sorry, go.
the second thing I want to recommend is a podcast I listen to pretty regularly, and it's a lot of it's a huge part of what informs the way I think about things, and they do a lot of like they take on a lot of social issues, and they're really good at putting the issues of today in historical context, because if you don't understand the history about the any kind of current events, it usually kind of sways your thinking once you learn about the history. Like history informs our present, and they understand that in a really cool way, and they give you bite-sized bits of it teaches you in a bite-sized way about really important things, kind of like John Oliver for podcasts a little bit. Not as funny. They're not funny. They're just really angry, actually. But it's Intercepted with Jeremy Scahill from The Intercept, and I can't recommend it enough. We're in a moment right now, and if you're trying to learn, educate yourself, I think that'd be a really fantastic place to start.
Okay, perfect. Andres, what are you reading, watching, listening to that you wanna recommend to the student athletes?
I just watched Uncut Gems, and that was a very, very weird and very interesting movie. So I'd recommend that. I definitely am gonna to watch that movie again.
Yeah. Well, you said you wanted to talk about it for 5 minutes. Has everybody seen Uncut Gems?
yes.
Yeah.
No.
Then not too much, but the way I described this movie to who was it? I can't remember who it was, but me and Jasmine watched it, or Jasmine and I watched it the other day. I felt like somebody was yelling at me for 2.5 hours. Like just the anxiety you get from that movie is just like, oh my god! Well, it was a fantastic movie. Adam Sandler was gypped. He was robbed out of an Oscar nomination. But yeah, it's that movie's crazy, and you should definitely watch it, Whitney.
Okay. I remember seeing the trailer for
It's
it.
a really great movie. Yeah.
It's
I
on
think we
Netflix
all
right now.
like that movie.
Yeah.
I watched it the other night, hearing great stuff about it, and yeah, it did not fail to. You're right. Sandler got robbed that whole movie.
Yeah. What I am going to recommend is the Tulsa Massacre was trending on Twitter, and it's everybody was just surprised how nobody knew what that was. I should say nobody. Very few people knew what that was before Watchmen, and because of what we're the time and just what we're going through right now, I recommend everybody that has access to HBO or HBO Max or whatever it is now. Go watch the first episode of Watchmen, because not only is that going to inform you a lot, but it's going to hook you to that show in general. So yeah, I recommend watching Watchmen, that first episode, to get you guys informed on the Tulsa Massacre. So that is it. Let's see what else I have for us. If you guys have any suggestions or comments, let us know on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram. You can find us personally on Facebook or Twitter.
I'm at CJMFA.
At Barker375.
ZELBUBUTH. I'm just spelling it out. Zoba Booth on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, whatever it is. That's what I am.
He's worldwide.
Yeah.
At the Loza 45 _ between the and Loza.
I'm at Saint_Able45. Buy some merch. We would really appreciate it. I'm working on a new logo now, so you guys should pick that up here soon. We have an NWO playlist where you guys can check out as I update that weekly with all of our intro songs that we've ever used. I'm putting up YouTube videos now. As far as it's still the podcast, but it's on YouTube form, so check it out. Go to the show notes if you guys want to read more about what we talked about. They're on there. We have different tiers on Patreon now: a $1, a $3, a $5, a $10, a $20, and a $50. Anything at all helps towards the show, and there's some cool gifts and tiers that you guys can unlock. And I'm going to go on an in-depth commercial here I'm working on the script right now. If you want to do a one-time donation, because Patreon isn't your thing, totally get it. We really appreciate what I call a tip jar. So it's like, hey, I really enjoyed that episode of Password. Here's $5. Donate at our PayPal at nerdworldorder2@gmail.com. Like I said, this has been a not a distraction, but kind of a way for everybody to just kind of unlock and unplug your mind and listen to our stupid rabble for however long this episode is. And thanks for joining, listening to us. And just everybody be nice to each other out there. And does anybody else have anything else?
Yes. From June 6th to the 12th, Pornhub is offering only ebony videos in support of the Black Lives Matter movement. That's pretty bad.
When?
From June 6th to June 12th. I'm just seeing this right now. That's funny. That's awesome.
But that's kind of a toward thing because of the whole blaxploitation situation.
Who's ever taking care of my phone and everything that he's going to be in for a whirlwind of a lot of Pornhubs.
So the FBI agent that's monitoring Barker's cell phone should wear his goggles then.
I think his name is Adam. So Adam, if you're listening right now, I'm sorry, buddy.
Alrighty, guys. As always, thanks for commenting, listening. I can never say that word right. Commenting, listening, everything. And don't forget, all lives can't matter unless Black lives matter. We'll see you guys next week.